it goes. So that's real hot water. So it's it'll actually get it to a good surface, taking off the old paint. And since it's real hot water, it's going to do a good job on it. And I'll just hit it with some, I'll scuff it up a little bit, go over it again. I'll hit it with the wire wheel, hit it with some rust killing primer. You know, hit it with engine paint. So, black. That's all I'm going to do. So, this is real hot water, so that's why it cleans really good. You can clean an engine with this, no problem. Because it's hot. 200-degree water. It's actually almost as good as a steam cleaner. Yeah, I'm going to go over this lawnmower one more time because I want to say what I did to this thing to get it running. I know I took apart the carburetor, put one of those rubber diaphragms in there, got an air cleaner coming for it. I'm going to repaint this, and I'm going to hit it with the high pressure hose, but with the high pressure pressure washer, but with 200-degree water. And I'll blast this stuff off pretty good, and I'm just going to hit it with engine paint. And I got to make a control up here, and I'm going to make something out of steel, and well, I'll show you how I'll do it. But you know one thing, I got a newer one in this. It's only, well, it's a few years old, but it's burning oil like crazy. The newer one. This one's 17 years old. I mowed the lawns not only on my property, but out on the street and up the side of, well, way up the side of the road and high grass. And I maintained both of them the same way. And you notice me when I was running this, it doesn't burn any oil. No smoke coming out. I just checked the oil. I was mowing, you know, over a half acre just yesterday with it. The oil's still full. The other one, it burns oil. So I don't know, you know, I don't know this for a fact, but I remember Briggs Stratton was like the toughest engine going, but I'm not sure if they're making them the same as they used to. So I'm keeping this puppy, so I'm going to go ahead and paint it up and show you how to do that. I'm also going to show you how I fixed the recoil spring. And like to hold it in here good, I made some notches, and that's just some welding wire I just wrapped around it that's in the notches. You know, there's like notches here. There's a notch holding it in place here. But even if it got pulled out from that, it would hit the next notch, then it would hit this welding wire, which is on here really solid, and it just won't pull out. So the spring broke, and the reason the spring broke is because there's a ratchet mechanism in there. I'm going to show you what I did with that. I actually took out most of the ball bearings. I only left two, because I'll show you why that is and what the problem is. These older mowers, man, I think, I don't know, I'm not sure what. And I personally, I'm not, well, I don't really want to say if Briggs & Stratton's making them not as good as they used to. I don't know. It's just that for some reason this really ancient one is great. And I remember even my dad, when he gave away a lawnmower in the 90s to somebody. He got used, and the guy is still freaking using it. I just remembered that. Well, he was still using it as of 3 years ago. That thing was like 30 years old and was never rebuilt, Briggs & Stratton. So I kind of wonder if they're making them the same as they used to. But I like this with the throttle control, none of that governor shit, because I can bring down the throttle when I'm going through an area that maybe it kicks up too much dirt, there's not much grass, and if it hit the high grass, pull back the throttle and rev it up, jam in there, man. So put a new blade on it. And I'm just going to show you how to do some basic stuff. And these older ones, I don't know if they're still, I don't know. Briggs used to make freaking great ass mowers, but I don't know. I'm not sure if they're doing the same thing as they used to. But this would be a cool ass motor if you can mount it in a mini cart or something like that, a tricycle or something. You know, play Mad Max. But I'm just going to show you what I did to fix this damn thing up. Cool. Okay, I got the pressure washer out here, lawnmower's out there, got the gas covered up, and I'm just gonna hit the body with it. But this is all hooked into the outside. It's got a hot water hose coming out, which in the water tank is set around 200 degrees. This thing will actually clean out engines really good. So just turn it on. Goes. So that's real hot water. So it's, they'll actually get it to a good surface, taking off the old paint. And since it's real hot water, it's going to do a good job on it. And I'll just hit it with some, I'll scuff it up a little bit, go over it again. I'll hit it with the wire wheel, hit it with some rust killing primer. You know, hit it with engine paint. So, black. That's all I'm going to do. So, this is real hot water, so that's why it cleans really good. You can clean an engine with this, no problem, because it's hot. 200 degree water, it's actually almost as good as a steam cleaner. And I do have an air compressor, and I can use clean air, but I'm using a leaf blower to clean this off, or dry it off faster. And you know, I'm not painting a car or nothing like that, and it's a rough surface. I just want to make sure the paint, it's dry. And I'm going to go over it with some acetone before I paint it, you know, to make sure it's pretty clean. So you can see it has a coat of primer underneath there. That's rusty metal primer. That's not rust, actually. That was actually where the paint peeled off, and I painted it before doing it this method. So the whole thing's getting black because, you know, if I get any overspray on the engine or anything else or a little on the wheels, you ain't going to notice it. It's going to be engine paint. So that's the deal. So I'm drying it off with what you call it, the leaf blower, which has a lot of dust in it. Now, if you're going to paint something that you don't want dust in, you don't do it this way. But this is a lawnmower, right? So it's not going to matter too much. You just want, you know, to get the water off. Yeah, this is good enough job for a lawnmower, lawn tractor even. You know, depends on how good you want to do it, but the paint will stick pretty good because I did clean it with real hot water, right? So it really takes a lot of the dirt and grease off. It's dry, you know, dust on there. I use this rag and some mineral spirits, you know, acetone, and wipe it down. And then I'm going to hit it with rusty metal primer, which goes over rust. If there's rust, it don't matter. It actually encapsulates the rust. And I'll hit it with engine paint, and I'll show you what I'm going to do, what I did on the recoil spring and stuff, and how I'll fix that handle. No big deal. So don't take too much. It is old damn thing at 17 years old. It probably lasts another 17 years. Don't burn any oil. I don't know what, so I ain't never buying a new one again. I put a new blade in it. Fuck it, it's good. Excuse me, but that's what I mean. It's good. It's good. Well, you get the idea. I had the old plastic handle broke off, and I made a metal one. And you can see there's you can see that there's a bolt right there, right here. Okay, and the center bolt, there's another bolt that goes through there. Now I'm gonna probably put some Gorilla Glue on this so it don't back off. You know, that's all it is. Okay, and so I made some, and I wrapped it in 100-mile-an-hour tape. And I put a, you know, one of those plastic ties around it so the tape don't come off. And I made it out of an old broken elliptical part because I wear out ellipticals. So I'm going to take off the top recoil thing. I'm going to show you how I fixed that. And I don't know, I'm keeping the old one, man. I know back in the day, Briggs Stratton worked like crazy because my dad, I think it was in the 80s, he got a used lawnmower for $5. And he gave it away to somebody in the 90s. And the guy still had it a few years ago, and it was still working. Briggs Stratton. Now, the one I got a few years ago, it's burning oil. I don't know if it's just a fluke or what. I don't know, because I don't want anybody flaming me about, you know, I like Briggs & Stratton too, but I don't know about the new ones, man. I'm beginning to wonder. Probably, you know, like every damn thing, they get the bean counters out there, and who the hell knows. But this old one I'm going to keep. Okay, so I took the cover off. This cover on the top here, it's only on with 3 bolts. And I'm going to tell you, it's a good idea, even though it's just a lawnmower, put these bolts on with anti-seize, right? Or some heavy grease or something, because if you don't take them off in a long time, they can get screwed up. And just want to point out again, the spring, I made sure it don't pop out. I put notches in it and a wrapped welding rod around it, or any kind of wire, so you can't pull out. Also made extra notches on the inside where it's attached, and it's got these tabs. Some of them broke off, but there's 2 left, so it's cool. And you got to take off like 4 little screws so you can get the screen off. And this thing, I already tapped it loose, but it comes off, and there's a ratchet in here. You see it's like worn out. Now they usually don't have that. They usually have these plastic things, these 2 plastic pawls that grip. Now why this ratchet broke was because there's 5 ball bearings in here. I took 3 of them out. So when this thing spins, see, it spins this way, but it catches this way when you pull the recoil. And then when the engine, it allows to spin, right? So you keep some grease on here for one. But I only left 2 ball bearings in it because the clearance is in here. This plastic thing needs to be replaced. You know, the ratchet, there's like a ratchet here. I don't know what the hell you want to call this, a cam gear or whatever. I'm probably using the wrong term, right? But this is wearing out. So I took out 3 of the ball bearings, because what would happen is 2 of them would fall into one of these slots right here, and that would jam the whole thing up, and that's what caused the spring to unwind, because when it jammed up, it wouldn't spin freely like this. When the engine was running, it wouldn't spin freely. Like, in other words, the engine's running and this is staying still, you know. And when you turn it this way, it locks up so you can start it, right? So since this is all worn down, 2 of these ball bearings were falling in here, so I took out 3 of them. It still works, but that's all there is to this. But usually they have 2 plastic poles in here that swing out, and you could buy them for a few bucks and change them out. But I don't know, I like the older ones better, so I'm going to hang on to this thing instead of buying another one, man. It's better. It seems to be in perfect condition as far as workability.